Hi Cancer, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I was looking at an ending. Something that's ending, something that's finishing. You may be, I'm hearing reeling. You may be reeling from this. Maybe it's something you're having a hard time letting go of. Maybe it was something you didn't necessarily, like, want to end, but it's something that did. For some of you, there was some argument with a coworker, with your boss or something. It's like something in the work environment or the work setting, some type of disagreement that you have. It's like maybe you felt like you were helping out with something and then you weren't being compensated, or like someone wasn't treating you fairly. Maybe that's the feeling. It's like, I helped you with this, like I'm not going to see that returned to me. It's something like that. It's like maybe you feel like there's a lack of equality in the workplace even, or like you're putting in more work maybe than other people, and that's causing like someone to be disgruntled or aggravated, something like that. It's like something feels like uneven or out of balance when it comes to the work environment. Ooh, yeah, I'm seeing something come to an end. Maybe you felt like you weren't being compensated. For some of you, this is about equanimity, reciprocity, or you didn't feel like you were being treated equally. Maybe something going on, like maybe feeling oppressed in some type of way. It's like you didn't want to go, but you knew that you had to. Maybe even something like that. It's like you knew something was, like as you saw it unfair, as you saw it to be, and so you felt like you needed to leave. But like I'm seeing this be something like I'm seeing this be a very difficult choice for you, even though you know that it has to happen, because you know like whatever's been going on, it doesn't feel okay to you. For some of you, I'm hearing something about retiring. It's like you just had enough of something. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, I'm seeing you doing a lot of reflecting here, and it's like maybe figuring out how you can be of assistance or like some type of service to those around you, and also like be compensated for what it is that you're doing too. It's like you want to give, but you also know that you need to receive something in exchange. I'm getting something like that. So this is something that you've been reflecting on. Yeah, I'm seeing definitely something service related here. Definitely of service. I'm seeing with the Page of Pentacles and the Hermit here, very strongly service oriented. But it's like, yeah, I'm seeing that after this ending, I'm seeing you like kind of go off on your own here, and it's like you're really thinking about some things, and maybe you're also adjusting to like whatever this is that you're not a part of anymore too, and like embracing the changes that are happening as well. Because you're going off to find what it is that you want, because you knew where you were before, like was not fulfilling something within you that you know you need to be fulfilled. It's like over here exploring something more deeply. And really thinking about this too, because you want to be moving into a place that feels much more harmonious than what you were involved in before. Yeah, maybe, okay, maybe you're also in your head too, because you feel like you were taken advantage of and you should have, like, maybe left something sooner, and it's like, how could I have let them treat me like that? Something like this, too. But this feels like some thinking that we need to move out of, because it's like, whatever happened, happened. We can't do anything about that now, right? So this is about moving to a place where it's like, well, what can I do now? Because it's like, after you tell your story about how they treated you like this and all of that, and you get done processing what it is that you're processing, there we are. And then where do we go from there? So I'm getting it be like this here. It's like, if I weren't in my head, yeah, I'm seeing something like that. If I weren't in my head, I would have done something sooner about that. Like, I can't believe that I say, like, I'm getting thoughts like this. So allow yourself the time to process through this, but then, like, do process through it and then figure out what you want to do now. Because, as I said before, here we are, and what are we going to do from here? Cancer. Because I'm seeing you know that you weren't fulfilled with whatever it was that you were doing before. So this is about, I'm hearing finding balance. This is too about, like, maybe even forgiving both yourself and somebody as well, because maybe that's also why you can't stop thinking about this, like how somebody treated you, something like that, or that you didn't, like, do something about it sooner. So there's definitely something that you need to come to terms with in that respect. Yeah, in order to let it go. It's like rearranging the furniture of your mind here with something so you can process it. It's like tucking it, taking out the clothes, folding them, putting them in the drawer and closing it, and then feeling like you can keep it shut because the clothing is organized in there, right? Yeah, because now I'm seeing you getting to a place where you're feeling much more secure and much more stable, much more connected with yourself too. Yeah, that situation could have had you feeling disconnected from yourself as well, is what I'm getting. And I'm seeing like a big, maybe even lifestyle change that's coming for you. It's like, I'm seeing you be much more confident following your intuition. I'm hearing following the lead of your intuition. And I'm seeing that that's changing things for you too, because you may be making more intuitive decisions for yourself. It's like, because you're trusting yourself more, I'm seeing. These changes are difficult, as they normally are, and you may be experiencing some confusion at times, but what I'm getting is this. Know that at times where things feel heavy, there may be some things that you want to release, is what I'm hearing. It's like you don't have to carry all of that. You can drop some of the baggage, and you're being urged in that direction. This is also knowing, too, that whenever you need the next sign or the next piece of advice or the next guidance, it is always where you are, too. So this is about keeping that in mind as well. I'm hearing all you have to do is look up. Maybe even about looking outside of yourself. The other reason why you may have felt like you had a hard time, I guess we're going into like all of the feelings here, why you may have had a hard time like feeling so regretful about what had happened, or I'm hearing morph. I feel like that's connected to another word, but that's all I'm getting. Interesting. Okay. It's really funny. I'm hearing Animorph, but I'm seeing this be related to like a personality or something going on with emotions. It's tied to the way that somebody treated you and what had been happening. It's like maybe you feel like somebody is kind of shifty, something like that. I'm hearing a shifty predisposition. Yeah, okay. Anyway, maybe you feel like something that you had been, well, like it was hard to end this thing because something that you had been working on, you feel like maybe it was all for nothing. Like maybe this is the type of like when we're catastrophizing like what's going through our head. Because I'm getting that, like, when you're rationally thinking about things, you're understanding too that nothing is pointless, nothing is useless, all of it means something, and there's something to be gained from anything and everything, even the smallest things. And there was purpose in what you were doing, and all of it is meant to be. So now comes the coming together of you and yourself here, because I'm seeing this balance that we're doing of yin and yang energies so we can combine something in order to lead us where it is that we're trying to get to by following our hearts. Maybe before you felt like you were either on like too far on one side, too far on the other side when it comes to masculine and feminine energy, and you felt like you were out of balance. Maybe this is something that you feel you're being able to balance now by like working together with the different aspects of yourself, and bringing them together, synthesizing them. And because you're doing this, because you're more balanced yourself, I'm seeing that you actually come into contact with someone actually. Like, I'm seeing this be like because you've balanced something within yourself and you're being like really authentic to who you are, there's also someone else that you meet that's kind of on the same wavelength, is what it seems like. And it's like you had wished to maybe have this connection surface for you, and I'm seeing something that does. It's like feeling very much like a partner that you had wished for that comes to fruition. Like something that you may have even been searching for, like a dynamic like this. Yeah, something you had waited for as well. For some of you, you may have already come into contact with this person. For others of you, this is kind of like what you're manifesting, what you're in the midst of manifesting. For a very, like, small number of you, you could have come into contact with somebody at a point in time where, like, you weren't ready for the relationship. Like, you felt like maybe emotionally or something, I'm hearing something about character development. You like didn't feel like you were ready for that type of relationship, or when it happened, like looking back at it, you're like, well, I would have acted differently if I came into that relationship now. So you're trying to like re-manifest something is what I'm getting. Something like that. Yeah, it's like looking back at what had happened and what it is that you want. This feels very much like going on in the thinking space. For some of you, you did end up meeting this person and you guys are together now. Yeah. Yeah, for those of you that, like, you're not with anybody right now and you're thinking about a relationship and trying to manifest something into your life, I'm seeing you, like, really manifesting something very pure for yourself. And for some of you in the past, there, as I said before, there's like definitely a sense of not being ready for something. Like maybe you could have lashed out at somebody or something like that. Remember, energies can always be reversed. You could have lashed out at somebody in the relationship and regretted how you behaved and then felt like you couldn't recover from that and then wanted to remanifest a relationship that was similar, something like that. Like maybe so you had another chance to play something out because you wanted to remanifest it. As I said before, energies can always be reversed. This could have been your experience with someone. Yeah. But I'm seeing like something about the ego that needed to be healed for sure. Yeah, there was like some type of like interpersonal issue that was going on that needed to be addressed. But I'm getting that it had to do with personality, and there could have been like substance use that was involved in it as well, is also what I'm getting. I'm hearing the word dreary. Okay, so I'm looking at Virgo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Gemini, and Aquarius. This feels like a very short message also that I'm seeing for some of you. Someone's coming through and like asking if you want to be working with them, and like they may be really nervous that you're going to turn it down. It's like not accept their offer is what I'm getting. I'm assuming that if someone would feel like that, you may have like some type of history with this person. It could have taken them a while to come through and make contact with you. Interesting. Okay. Alright, we're going to leave it here, my friends. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.